line, that is why IG Koome is a man under siege.
That's right. Of course, if you've noticed over the last few weeks, we've heard from everybody involved in, national security matters. We've heard from our president several times. We even saw the military patrol here and there after they were deployed. We heard from DPP Nurdin Haji, but the person we have not heard from is IG Japhet Koome, and he has been missing in action more or less for a while now. I think speculation about whether he has been under siege has been going on from about almost a year now. October last year, President William Ruto received a report on police reforms during a ceremony at State House. It was presented by former Chief Justice David Maraga, and everyone in either the National Police Service, Prison Department, the National Youth Service, etc., or as well as former KDF generals were there. But of course, Japhet Koome was not.
Yeah, and with this document that was handed over to the president by the former Chief Justice, that is David Maraga, he was looking at some of the ills bedeviling the National Police Service, Prisons Department, and then NYS, that is National Youth Service, and had made a raft of recommendations regarding reforms in the discipline services. Among those present at this event were Interior CS, that is Kithure Kindiki, and Mr. Koome's two deputies, Nur Gabo and Douglas Kanja. He was missing in this meeting. On October 31st, the police chief was again absent at State House during, you remember the king and queen were here.
Yes,
that
yes.
is King Charles and Queen Camilla were here, and all other top security chiefs, including the chief of defense, the late Francis Ogola, was present. For those who do not know who Francis Ogola is, he passed on earlier on in the year, that is on a helicopter crash in April.
That's right. And Azimio leaders called for him to resign. That's on June 21st, after the protest that went countrywide and seemed to be uncontrollable by the police. And of course, there's been a lot of criticism of either use of excessive force, abductions, use of live bullets, use of tear gas, and of course, much, much more. And there has been no one to speak on behalf of the National Police Service. Only one statement has been issued from Japhet Koome's office. So Azimio leaders also called on him to resign. Addressing journalists in Nairobi, they said there's a pattern of violence by security officers and that the violence meted on demonstrators was not justified. So they called on him to resign alongside the Nairobi police chief, who's Adamson Bungei, for failing to protect demonstrators.
And we know that before the protest started last month, some senior police officers had complained that the police chief had not convened a meeting of commanders to craft a security response. And that means that maybe the man is not responding as expected of him. We remember like earlier on, we would see him give statements, and he would actually give direction to the police service. Right now, there's more of silence and a little bit of tension. But of course, if you want to know the procedures of removal of an inspector general, there's 8 points that have been given there. One is tied onto the Constitution, Article 245. Clause 7 of the Constitution actually stipulates how one can be removed from office. 2, a person desiring the removal of the Inspector General on any ground specified in subsection 1 may present a petition to the Commission setting out the alleged facts constituting that ground. But you can read the finer details as we continue on page 10 of the Daily Nation.